Should your skincare change based on your makeup? The answer is actually surprisingly yes, but also it depends. You see, different types of makeup are very different. They can provide different coverages and even different textures or finishes to the skin. However, one key thing about makeup is that it's meant to stay on the skin. Most of the time it's meant to be long wearing and last throughout the entire day. And if that's the case, how are you supposed to remove it at the end? Today we're working with NYX Cosmetics to discuss the different chemical formulas of different types of foundations, as well as what's in your skincare, how skincare actually breaks down foundation, and if you're wearing something full coverage, what you should be reaching for or what you actually need to know. So here's what you should know and how you should change your skincare based on your foundation routine. There are many different skincare products that can help to remove makeup, such as cleansing balms, such as actual cleansers. And then there are treatment cleansers, which are meant to target things like breakouts and acne, or things like spots and hyperpigmentation. But there's also different kinds of foundations. There's specifically full coverage and long-lasting, long-wearing foundation, as well as things like BB creams. And although these both provide like a shield to the skin, if you've ever worn makeup, you know that these are very different. You can think of a BB cream as almost like a tinted moisturizer, kind of like something that gives you a little bit of hydration and a little bit of glow with just the slightest amount of coverage, whereas foundations, specifically this one, which is full coverage, buildable, and transfer proof, this is meant to give you a full coverage look to your skin. This one actually covers my acne blemishes, it covers my scars, and this works underneath a face mask. If you are wearing a foundation underneath a face mask, this does not leave residue on the inside of mine. And even pre-COVID, I was that person who would wear a full face of cake and I would hug somebody else and my face would literally be imprinted on their shoulder. So the fact that this is transfer proof and it's $15 at either Ulta or online is absolutely amazing. It's long wearing, it's got a 24-hour matte finish, and even though it's lightweight on the skin, compare that to something like this. This is a BB cream, and this goes onto the skin super pillowy. It kind of smooths over, but it's that no makeup look. It doesn't cover all of my blemishes or even fill in all of my scars, but it gives a nice veil. It gives this nice kind of nude baby skin glow that still lets, you know, the natural texture of my skin show through. This is the Bear With Me one that I purchased from CVS, and it really does make your skin look bare, but it kind of evens out color and a little bit of that flushing that sometimes I get, not just on my cheeks, but like all over my forehead and my chin. But as you can see, these are totally different worlds of coverage and feel. And especially if you were to go swimming or just get caught in a rainstorm, one would last a lot longer than the other. And those same principles come into play when you start removing your makeup at night. Now, regardless of whether or not you're wearing foundation, you should be double cleansing. Double cleansing is a really good habit to get into, and you need to break down the sunscreen that you're wearing every day. You need to break down any makeup or foundation that you're wearing, and double cleansing ensures that you're actually getting all of that off. However, there are many different products that one can use, and let's start off with what you should do if you are wearing a full coverage face. Let's say that you're wearing this NYX Cosmetics Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation, which is honestly a great name for what my brain does at night. Right before I fall asleep, it's like I'm exhausted, but all of the things that I was supposed to do that day or all the things I'm worried about just keep on playing in my head. I'm like, can I have a break? Because it can't stop and it won't stop. And trust me, I want those qualities in my foundation, not in my thoughts before I'm trying to get my beauty sleep. Anyways, I digress. This is the Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. Again, it is extraordinarily full coverage and buildable. It is long wearing up to 24 hours and it is transfer proof. And let's just say that you finished off with this Finish Matte Setting Spray from NYX Cosmetics, which not only makes your face mattified, but it also makes the foundation even more oil resistant and long wearing. And if this is what you've got on your skin and what your skin is looking like, something like a regular cleanser will not get this off. Here are two regular cleansers that are fantastic. These are not treatment cleansers, they're just pretty basic. This one is from Purito and this one is from Skin Effects. Both of these are great. However, they're going to have a hard time breaking down the long wearing abilities of this NYX Cosmetics foundation. Even if you do a double cleanse on days that you're wearing a full-proof, transfer-proof foundation, I would personally recommend something like a makeup cleansing balm. If I'm not wearing makeup or if I'm not wearing heavy sunscreen, I actually wouldn't recommend these because they can be a little bit heavy. However, if you're trying to break up waterproof mascara, if you're trying to break up liquid lipstick, if you're trying to break up full coverage foundation, these are excellent. Makeup cleansing balms are literally balms that are very, very creamy in your hands and kind of melt onto your skin. And the purpose of these balms is actually to break up makeup excellently. This one is from Hamish. It's the All Clean Balm. This one actually kind of starts off as an oil and turns into kind of like a cleansing milk. Again, really great for removing long wear makeup. This one is also from Glow Recipe. This one doesn't turn milky, but it still kind of leaves that oily feeling in your hands and really nicely removes hard, long wearing makeup. And although you could just do this and be done, these do leave a little bit of a greasy feeling on the face. If you're trying to go super budget, you could technically use any basic oil to remove your makeup. It'll still break up those particles and grab onto those pigments so that they can be rinsed off the face by your next cleanser. But whether you're using a very basic oil or whether you're using one of these, you should go in with a regular cleanser next. Now, of course, your regular cleanser might be different depending on your skin type. It could be just a basic cleanser that is meant to refresh the skin or even add a little bit of hydration, or it could be one of these. These are more treatment cleansers. For instance, this one is drugstore. It has benzoyl peroxide, which helps with acne, and this one is professional, which has salicylic acid that can also help with breakouts. But in order for either of these to work, they need to actually get into the skin and be able to reach the skin. And if you've got an extra layer of foundation sticking around on your face, or even if you have a layer of oil that didn't fully get itself off the face, those cleansers can't do their work, which is why removing both the foundation and removing any residue left over is extraordinarily important. Now, let's remember in chemistry that like dissolves like, meaning oils will dissolve other oils and water-based products will dissolve other water-based products. This Can't Stop Won't Stop from NYX Cosmetics is actually oil-free. It does have vitamin E. It's also got dimethicone in here, which really gives it this kind of feel on the skin. It's nice, it's soft touch, and it feels lightweight even though it goes on super full coverage to cover redness, marks, acne, scars, etc. But dimethicone and silicones in general are very interesting ingredients, and depending on kind of how they're put into a formulation and how they're set up, they can actually be water soluble, they can be oil soluble, sometimes they can be neither, and sometimes they can like both have like a water loving end and an oil loving end. So silicones are fascinating molecules, and again, you often see things like dimethicone, which is in this product, or cyclopentasiloxane, which is in this one, which really gives these products their feel and their slip on the skin. And I know some people are afraid of dimethicones or silicones in their products. Dimethicones and silicones are actually used in the hospital to help treat burn victims. They really help the skin heal better, and they're in a lot of acne products, medical grade acne products and prescription acne products to actually carry the active ingredients to help with skin. So if you do have blemish prone skin, do not be afraid of silicones. They can actually be really helpful, and this is something that I wish that I would have learned 10 years earlier, because I lived the majority of my breakout prone acne life being afraid of them, when really they help to smooth over the skin so nicely, and they can provide some really interesting chemical properties to foundations and other formulations. Now, transition from this full coverage foundation to using something like a BB cream. This again is kind of like a moisturizer with a little bit of tint, and if you washed it with water, you'd lose some of the coverage, but the entire product won't necessarily come off. Something like a BB cream can definitely be used with a regular cleansing balm. This will get all of this stuff off. However, you don't actually need that. If you're wearing something light coverage like this, you can actually get away with just a double cleanse using your regular cleanser. You could also use your regular cleanser and then a treatment cleanser if you're really trying to, target breakouts or something else in the skin. But because this is so lightweight on the skin, you don't have to go gung-ho on it. And again, although double cleansing is always recommended, if you did only cleanse once, a good cleanser would probably remove this fully and completely. When we look at the ingredients of this one, again, it does start out with water or with aqua, and then we have this cyclopentasiloxane. This is again a really cool molecule that's based on silicone. It's kind of related to dimethicone, but it is different. And the reason why is because although you can get it into formulations with water, such as this one, it's pretty hard. It's more soluble in things such as alcohol or in oils, which is again why a good cleanser kind of helps to go in and grab onto these little makeup particles and even oil particles and other things in the skin and say, hey, come with me down this super cool roller coaster ride down the sink drain so that we can get off of this person's face and not stay in their pores overnight. Again, with either of these foundations, as long as you are removing them at the end of the day, that's best. I would be way more concerned if you're not using any cleanser or if you're using makeup wipes to try to remove your makeup. But if you're really trying to understand the finalities and the details of cosmetic chemistry and how to choose the right products that work with each other and how to properly take care of your skin, again, I do always recommend a double cleanse, and if you're going super full coverage, use something oil-based that's going to really remove those. And if you're going with something lighter, feel free to use your regular cleanser or double cleanse with this. Just remember that makeup should be removed fully off the skin so that your other products can penetrate deeper. I can't recommend this Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation enough. This was the first foundation I tried when I was getting back into makeup. It was the first one that I actually applied to my skin in months, just because I wasn't wearing makeup during the majority of quarantine, or I was wearing face masks and I didn't feel the need. But this is non-transferable, it's long wearing, it doesn't break down on my oily, acne-prone skin, because remember, like dissolves like, and this is oil-free. If this had oil in it, the oil that my face naturally produces would just dissolve it. So thank goodness that's not happening here. I do highly recommend it, and if you're also looking for different cleansing balms, different regular cleansers, or even different treatment cleansers, I've listed some of my favorites below. And remember that when it comes to cleansing, it's not always about the exact product, it's about the principle. So please take your skincare notes and make sure that you are double cleansing. Make sure that like button is as blue as this bottle, and if you haven't already subscribed, be sure to do so and hit the notification bell so you don't miss more videos on skin science and cosmetic chemistry. Overall, remember to be beautiful both inside and out, and I cannot wait to see you in this next video. Love you guys. Bye.